Heading: Monitoring methods. First point: environmental monitoring methods are techniques used to collect and analyze environmental data to assess the impacts of a project. Second point: these methods help in measuring pollution levels and checking compliance with environmental standards. Third point: monitoring methods are selected based on the type of environmental impact and project activity. Heading: who should monitor? Side heading 1: Project authorities. First point: project owners or industries are responsible for conducting regular environmental monitoring. Second point: they must ensure that environmental management measures are properly implemented. Side heading 2: environmental experts. First point: qualified environmental professionals and consultants carry out monitoring activities. Second point: they collect samples, analyze data, and prepare environmental reports. Side heading 3: government agencies. First point: regulatory authorities monitor projects to ensure compliance with environmental laws. Second point: they inspect projects and verify monitoring reports submitted by project authorities. Heading: types of environmental monitoring. Side heading 1: source emission monitoring. First point: source emission monitoring measures pollutants released directly from a pollution source. Second point: it is mainly used for industries, power plants, and vehicles. Third point: it helps control emissions and ensure compliance with emission standards. Side heading 2: stationary source or stack monitoring. First point: stationary source monitoring measures emissions from fixed sources such as industrial chimneys or stacks. Second point: parameters like particulate matter, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxides, and other gases are measured. Third point: it helps evaluate the efficiency of pollution control equipment. Side heading 3: mobile source monitoring. First point: mobile source monitoring measures pollution from moving sources such as vehicles. Second point: it helps assess emissions from automobiles and transportation systems. Third point: example, measuring vehicle exhaust emissions. Heading: wastewater monitoring methods. Side heading 1: meaning of wastewater monitoring. First point: wastewater monitoring involves testing the quality of wastewater released from industries or treatment plants. Second point: it ensures that discharged water meets environmental standards. Side heading 2: parameters monitored. First point: physical parameters such as color, temperature, and turbidity are measured. Second point: chemical parameters such as pH, dissolved oxygen, BOD, COD, and toxic chemicals are analyzed. Third point: Biological parameters such as microorganisms are monitored. Heading: Solid Waste Monitoring. Side heading 1. Meaning of solid waste monitoring. First point: solid waste monitoring involves checking the generation, collection, treatment, and disposal of solid waste. Second point: it helps prevent improper disposal and environmental contamination. Side heading 2. Parameters monitored. First point: quantity and type of waste generated are recorded. Second point: waste storage, transportation, recycling, and disposal methods are monitored. Third point: hazardous waste handling is checked to prevent environmental risks. Heading: Ambient environmental monitoring. Side heading 1. Meaning of ambient environmental monitoring. First point: ambient environmental monitoring measures the quality of the surrounding environment. Second point: it evaluates the overall impact of project activities on the environment. Side heading 2. Ambient air quality monitoring. First point: measures pollutants present in the surrounding air. Second point: parameters include particulate matter, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxides, and carbon monoxide. Side heading 3. Ambient water quality monitoring. First point: measures the quality of surface water and groundwater. Second point: parameters include pH, dissolved oxygen, BOD, COD, and pollutants. Side heading 4. Noise monitoring. First point: measures noise levels produced by industries, vehicles, and construction activities. Second point: helps ensure noise levels remain within permissible limits. Side heading 5. Soil monitoring. First point: measures soil quality and detects contamination caused by project activities. Second point: parameters include soil nutrients, pH, and presence of harmful chemicals.